Hey there, students. Mrs. M here. I just am making this quick video to fill you in. If you weren't able to make it to our live session, our week 8 live session, I wanted to make this video so that we could fill you in on any information that you missed. And so that's why I'm making this quick video. If you were at our live session, you don't need to worry about watching this. So this is just for those of us who weren't able to make it. So in this meeting, in this live session, we talked about wrapping up Unit 8. Since we're finishing that up this week, we talked about extra credit that's available and also a little bit about final exams. And then we talked about this Tedx talk. I'm going to link it here so that you guys can go ahead and watch that. So first of all, wrapping up Unit 8, we've been working on Unit 8 last week and this week, and Sunday is when Unit 8 closes, and so make sure you're working on that this week. If you have any questions about any of the assignments, like always, please feel free to reach out. Most of it is pretty straightforward. You have reading and videos, and then you have a couple of quizzes. And then our main big assignment in this unit is our diseases and family history assignment, where you either are going to go through your family history and look up diseases or find out about diseases or health issues that anybody in your family has experienced, and kind of see if there's a trend, if there's genetic diseases or issues. And then you're going to kind of evaluate what that means to you and how that impacts you as a family member in your family. This is not going to be doable for some students, whether you're adopted or whether you just don't know your family on your mom or your dad's side. That's fine, because there's another option where you research genetic testing, and you research some of the tests that they have available, and then you decide whether or not you in the future would want to test your child or not, and you'll validate why or why not you choose that. So that's kind of the main assignment we have in this unit. I'm going to be giving you guys individual feedback on that, so be sure and watch for that. And then as always, we just have the quizzes and then our unit test. And this is our last unit test. Can you believe it? We're almost to final exams, so that is super exciting. Like I said, all Unit 8 activities and all assignments for the entire course are due on Sunday night. So if there's an assignment that you didn't get to, that you missed in some of our previous units, and you want to finish it, get it in by Sunday night so that you can get credit for that. And the same goes for extra credit. Your extra credit is also due Sunday night. And ideally, you would wait and do your course assignments before you consider doing any extra credit. Logically, that's probably the best thing you can do for your grade, is to finish the assignments, finish all your assignments, whether you have late work or redos to turn in, and then once you've completed all those, go to this extra credit. So you have a couple different options here of what you can do for extra credit, or you can do all of them. There's no limit to which ones you can do. So just so you know, all of the updates that we've done in this course, if you liked it, then you're going to get some extra credit for that. The next one is there's this feedback survey. This is linked in our updates in the course, so go ahead and scroll through our updates, and where it says extra credit in red and white, you can find this link. It's just a quick survey to see what your experience was like and how we can improve the experience for you guys. The third one is writing a letter of advice. So this is going forward. What advice would you give a friend or a classmate who is going to take this course, and try to go based on your own experiences, and be sure it's at least 200 words. And that's worth 10 points. These are both worth 10 points. And then also this last one is worth 10 points. This is reviewing for the final exam. So I would, if you get together like a study group, whether in person or like on Zoom or like a phone call, study group, and you talk through some of the things in the course, or you make flashcards, or you make a matching game, or you have notes from the course that you've taken all this time. What resources are you using for the final exam? If you have any extra resources that you're using, go ahead and send me an email and let me know, and I'll go ahead and give you that 10 extra credit points. And then final exams, okay? This is really, really important. You can see here, and I've mentioned this a couple times, final exams are worth 20% of your final grade. So these are very, very important for your final grade. So do your best, prepare yourself, make sure you get a good night's sleep before you take your test, make sure you have a nice, good meal so that you're not thinking about how hungry you are during the test. And this test is open. It opens on Monday and then closes on Friday at 4. So make sure you take it during that window. If once the assignment or the exam is either going to be proctored or unproctored. Once your exam opens, you'll see whether you are taking the proctored or unproctored. But by now, you probably should know. Um, the proctored exam, if you're taking the proctored exam, you have to take it at school under the supervision of a testing proctor, which is usually a teacher or an aide or a librarian or something like that. Talk to your school, talk to your site coordinator, and they will be able to help you with that. The proctored exam has 65 multiple choice questions. These questions are auto-graded, so you get instant results. And then to prepare for this, be sure to use the final exam review, which is in the course right above final exam. And then you just get one chance on this test. The non-proctored exam, those students who possibly are taking at home, or homeschooling, or for whatever reason, some of the districts have decided to have you do unproctored exams. So if you're taking a non-proctored exam, you'll take the exam at home or at school, and you do not need a proctor. This is something that you can get in on your own. You don't need a passcode or anything. You just get in and do that. For this exam, you have 15 questions that are a written response. So that means that you're going to have to write out your answers. And so I know that this is a little more tricky. Even though there's less questions, it can get pretty detailed. So I helped you guys out and made a final exam study guide for you. I sent it out to you in an email, and so if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back through and see if you have it in an email. If you don't have it, then let me know as soon as possible, and I will send that to you. If I were taking the non-proctored exam, I'd take the study guide, I'd fill it out, and then I'd go ahead and take the exam. And you'll be very, very, very glad that you filled out that study guide, because it's going to tell you exactly what you need to know for the study guide or for the exam. And then once again, you have one chance to take that test. So that's kind of a little wrap up on what's going on in the course. For the last little bit, this is kind of one of the last times I'm going to be able to see you guys and talk to you guys. And so I wanted to go and watch this TEDx. It's this girl named Tyla Kennedy, and it's just a 12-minute TEDx, unless you go and find it on YouTube, and you can change you can make it go a little faster if you want to watch it a little faster, if you don't quite have 12 minutes to spare. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to link this in our course with this video. And for our live session, we actually watched this in the live session. So one thing I want to note is that Tyla in this video, it's a really exciting video. She tells a great example about her family and about, what wellness is, and kind of inspires us to think more about how we take care of our bodies. She talks a lot about how we take care of our cars. We get them washed. We get them oil, change out the oil, we change out their parts, things like that. But we don't necessarily take care of our bodies quite that well, or we're not as thoughtful about it. And so I really, really loved how she talked about that, and how we should pay more attention to how we treat these vessels that carry our souls, is how she explained it. And I really liked that. It made it more a deeper concept of, it's not just eating right and exercising, it's really taking care of this vessel. And so I really liked that idea that she brought out. One thing to note in this video is she kind of gears this toward obesity and trying to avoid obesity, but I want you to think of it more general than that. There are lots of health issues. There's addictions, whether emotional, mental addictions or physical addictions. Think about those as you're watching this. Think about obesity as she suggests. Think about, socially, how we can improve our social health and our mental, emotional health, and even, spiritual health, and as well as physical health. All of those things I want you to think about as you're watching that video. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and link it in here. We did watch this in the live session, but where we're not in a live session, this is just kind of a recap on what we did. I'm just going to go ahead and link it. So anyway, let me know what you think about this TEDx. See if it inspires you. I sure hope it does. As we wrap up this course, I just really hope that you have found meaning in, treating your body right and in treating your mind right, and seeing how those, we can be benefited from paying attention to genetics and habits and things like that. And I think as you work toward improving your wealth and or your health and wellness, not your wealth, your health and wellness, I hope that this is like a lasting thing. I hope this isn't just temporary. So anyway, let me know what you think. Have a great night, guys.